My little pony, my little pony.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 45, recorded on March 10th, 2012. I am your host, Apple Cider. Hey guys, how you doing this morning? Or, whenever you're picking up this show. Good to have you downloading the show, good to have you listening. We have a jam-packed show as always, and as always, I want to introduce and welcome my gracious co-host, Chef Sandy. Hey, Chefers.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing this fine day?
Some magical day here in Texas, let me tell you.
The most magical of magical places, Texas, huh?
Yep.
How is it? Is it cool? Is it warm? Are things getting? Or how are things looking there?
It's wet and rainy.
It is. It's been shockingly bright and sunny this whole season, which has kind of been good, but kind of been bad. However, it's weird California weather. Whatever.
Yeah. I'll be missing the rain, though, once it's 120.
Oh, I'm sure
summer.
you will. I'll actually start missing the rain once it's the middle of summer, too, and it's just like, oh, it's been sunny skies, completely cloudless for the past 6 months. Give me a little bit of rain every once in a while. All right. Well, we have a very special guest with us. This is kind of funny. We posted out to our Twitter account to be like, hey, who would you like to see as a guest? And I think number one on our list, and he'll appreciate this, was the Living Tombstone. Hey, Tombstone.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, got a lot of requests for you, and it just kind of fell into our lap of we need a guest this week. Hey, Living Tombstone, can you do it? Sure. It's cool to have you on. Tombstone, obviously you do, we can let you introduce yourself a little bit, but you do a lot of pony remixes. Want to go just a little bit into that, and we'll cover more in detail in the topic time?
Yeah. Basically, I'm very well known for many of my songs, and, well, particularly in my remixes I do of many by fans of the show, many fan work, and I'm basically been very known for that, and also original work as well, original music. So yeah, I'm basically known for that.
All right, cool deal, man. I was working very hard because you are half the world away. It is sunny right now. It is very, very dark where you are. I tried to work hard, and we found out that you live in the middle Equestria. How does that feel? tried to work that one as hard as I could. Okay,
well,
Starry helped.
I'm very thankful for that, because either way, it could have been very late for me. Then again, I could have worked hard myself and maybe conduct the interview it's 4 a.m. for me or something like that.
We could have really put you through the ringer. Just be like, here, guest, you're gonna have to. Oh, it's nice in the afternoon. How is it for you? It's 4 a.m. This is way crazy.
It's 4 a.m. I need to talk very quiet because everybody in the house is going to kill me for talking.
Yeah. And
it's everybody asleep at that time.
All right, well, very cool to have you on. So, as we do with every single one of our guests that join us on the show, we got to have 4 questions answered from you. 4 very, very important questions. 2 of them are the basics. The other 2 are a little bit more advanced. So, first off, we got to know what your favorite character is.
My favorite character is Rarity.
Oh, and why would this be?
I guess just because. I think it's easy just because of her personality and how she is, because it kind of reminds me of what I do, I guess, because, she and I both do our own thing, she makes dresses and I make music. We're both very generous. I literally just, bought, stuff and games for Steam, for many of my friends and fans and stuff like that. And we both, I don't know, I guess that's, why I like about her. And she's also, one of the funniest characters in the show alongside with Pinkie Pie. So, yeah. All
right, cool. And a favorite episode, what would that be?
For the same reason I love Rarity, Secrets of My Access.
A very Spike-centric episode. Definitely very Rarity, but what draws you on that one?
The reason I loved the episode Secret of My Access is only because of how much I was looking forward to seeing like some involvement, including Spike and Rarity or something like that. Since they even in the first season, they always mention about Spike having a crush on Rarity and stuff like that. So suddenly having an episode that basically really involves that, and suddenly like by the end of the episode, they actually reveal something, something very beautiful, the way they handled this. So like, Spike telling Rarity that he has a crush on her, and she was like, she's basically, showing that she actually known about this since the beginning. So it's pretty beautiful for me to see that, and also because Spike is growing up. Yeah, so it was really nice.
All right, very cool on that one. All right, so let's see. So why do you like this show so much? I mean, you're watching a show that has a target demographic for little girls and everything. So you're definitely maybe a little bit outside of it. So, but what draws you to it, huh?
What draws me into it? In my case, it's just I think the nostalgia, I guess, because it's like, I know like many just watch it just because it's like very very cute. It's very different than most of the shows there are today. But in my case, I just like again like the rest, I was also like looking for something else to watch at the time, and I guess nostalgia just because of the fact that as a grown up myself, like there aren't many shows that, like for me to watch apart from like that really resembles something from the early days when I was a kid, and like watching like Dexter's Laboratory or Pop-Up Girls and stuff like that. That really reminds me of something very genuinely like magical for me to watch and enjoy and everything. So watching and now following a show like this today is something that I really really admire, and I really really appreciate that show for existing. Just to bring me back my childhood again. To just watch it and enjoy it.
Okay, cool. And the final question, what do others of the, friends, family, others who, you've invested a large amount of time in the My Little Pony love. So what do they think of the fact of just like, oh, I'm going up in the room and I'm going to be, in your case, either remixing songs, you did the chorus for the Cheerly song, so you're obviously investing a large amount of time and putting yourself out there. So what do others think about this, huh?
I have to admit that some of them felt it was kind of weird, which is not surprising at all, because the first time when looking at the show like this, it's like it's about ponies and stuff like that. It's very girly, very very cute, and it doesn't really. It's weird for me to see me watching a show like that, but they really want to tell them everything about the show, but they tell them more about the music that I do and everything. They really love more the music I do about this show than about the show itself. So they really appreciate like the effort and everything I put out, because of that. And even like our just like friends asking me like, hey, when's your next one? And they don't really care about the subject matter. I mean, if it's about ponies or not. So yeah, they really see how much I dedicate to it, in terms of like how much I care about the fandom, and I care about making stuff about it and taking the time to make each song and each remix.
So So overall, I better than for the friends react to My Little Pony. I saw you on that video of the Bronies react, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good there. Okay. So that takes care of our 4 questions. We got a jam-packed show. Living is going to be going all through it. We've got a Twilight episode. Woo! All right.
Yeah.
So we need to go ahead and start this train. But first off, Sandy, I need to find out about this wonderful t-shirt company, of which I am wearing an awesome Magnet Pony shirt. You need to tell me more about them.
All right, our sponsor is Mighty Fine T-shirts. They do websites we love fine. Use our coupon code Bronyville10 to get 10% off. And right now they're doing the design contest number 3. This is similar to the previous time. The grand prize is up to $2,500, with the grand prize starting at $1,000. And for every 100 new ratings after 100,000, the dollar value of the grand prize will go up by 1. So $2,500 is up to grabs. Judges pick. The artist will receive $400 cash.
And who's one of the judges?
Seth? Oh, wait, no, the other one. Lauren Faust.
Yes, that's the Thisto guy. Oh, yeah, and the lady who kind of thought up the show.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yep.
We will we'll be forever sad that we are shunned. No, not really.
Nah, that's
But
cool.
That's really cool that this time the guest judges pick, the artists are getting some money too. And the runners-up get a $150 gift certificate. And honorable mentions get 50. So they spread the prizes around a lot more this time. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. 47 designs already in there. There's already a solid Twilight shirt. Actually, I'm liking some of the quality of these submissions a lot more. These are
just wait till it really starts filling up.
Just wait until we get to the 7,000 submissions. Yep. Though this is going good so far. I like. Ooh, all right. So I'm gonna have to keep a good look on this. But yeah, check that out. They got the new contest coming up. Yeah, this looks like this will be a good one. So do it. If you are talented, jump in there. If you're not, why don't you just go grab a t-shirt? Bronyville 10, get you 10% off. Awesome. All right, News Pony, it's your turn. Your turn to shine. So tell me what's been going on in this crazy fandom, huh?
All right. Well, first off, Tara Strong is awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty easy to say.
Does the voice of Best Pony, so there you go.
She has found the community and is playing us like fiddles.
As she has for weeks.
Yes.
This is going on to like a month of her just going like, hey, bronies, hey, here's pictures of me as different things. Oh, look, I'm in a bikini. Twilight in a bikini. Oh, look, I'm a cheerleader. You know, just all the different shows, her just posting different things. But then she found something very interesting, didn't she, Chef?
Well, which one?
Well, how about the recordings that she started doing?
Yes, the Twilightlicious. That is really funny, and it's really cute that that kind of interaction can be happening. And plus, it's already been animated. The guys behind Epic Cupcake Time, I think, were the ones who did it.
I think there's somebody else, as far as I know. But I might check it out.
Somebody did it. It's still cute and funny. And she and John Hoseko did a drawing of Twilightlicious that Tara then tweeted. So,
and there's a parody in which they placed it on top of Fergalicious.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but yes, she's been typing in just like, oh, look, it's a brony. She's put like a Twilight sparkle on her dog and been like, oh, look, he's a brony too. Just completely playing to us. She's doing such a good job. Like at first it was like, oh God, Tara Strong knows about this. This could go very badly. And now it's just like, she's just baiting us and going like, this is fun to have a fan base I can poke.
I think she tweeted the other day is like she played some of the remixes from the community in the car. It's like, and her son's friends like, your mom has fans? My mom doesn't have fans.
Wah wah, forever alone. So yeah, that's been very cool.
I remember when I first saw that myself, the voice clip, and I thought of remixing it, but the problem is that I was at work at the time, so I figured that it was like 5 hours until I could like go home and maybe do something, but I knew that within like 2 hours somebody would have already made a cool remix out of it, so that would be a no-brainer to just like do something about it. So I don't know, that would have been too late for me to do a remix. I know that somebody else would have done that.
No, you got all summer. We're going to have that summer drought or whatever we want to quote around it coming up. So maybe that would be something good to kind of dip back into once that comes around.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so I mean that's good, but yeah, it's I've been very pleased with how Tara, and I've even been pleased with some of the other VAs have been kind of reaching out and everything. I mean, Andrea will respond to you, which is really awesome. And some of the production staff is out there, and if you get them on a good time, they'll give you a response or something. I mean that's kind of what's cool about this fandom, and it's funny that someone as well connected as Tara is going out there and actually responding to us silly crazy people. So.
Yeah, Tara seems to be the weirdest one to interact with the fans. The way she does that is just wow, what the hell.
She's just like, I have done so many other things. I have been the voice of Bubbles, and I have been the voice of Harlequin, and it's me doing this little unicorn that causes people to lose their minds. So life is a silly thing sometimes. But yes, that's very cool. All right, Sheffer, what next?
All right, so Everfree Northwest has a whole bunch of announcements going on.
Ooh.
So they've got a bunch of stuff going on for them, and that's really good. And hopefully they'll have some guest announcements here soon, but, that's in progress.
Yes.
First of all, they have product on We Love Fine.
Hey,
they have an Everfree shirt, a couple con shirts, a satchel, basically Everfree on the shirt. And, that's pretty cool.
Yep, and since it is on We Love Fine, it's quasi-sanction-ish something, since it has official characters and things like that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is stuff that had to be approved by Hasbro. Also, apparently, a portion of every shirt sold goes to help the convention, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh. Once they got that going, we should actually loop back to them and be like, hey, we actually really want to do our Bronyville shirts now, tee-hee.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yep. Let's do that. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I love that one with the whole main six. That's actually a really cool shirt. I rather enjoy that.
With the Space Needle.
Yes. Even the one with that other pony on it just by herself is okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh, me. Oh, me.
Also, they have an upcoming public meeting for Everfree Northwest, and public planning meeting for the convention is March 24th, 2012 at 1 p.m. in Seattle, Washington. They're at the Jigsaw Renaissance. Just go to the link in the show notes, and it has the rest of the details. But they are having a public planning meeting. Go forth and suggest. It's good to see conventions being open.
Yes, as a staff, as both of us as staff or previous staff members of conventions, is always good to get input. And heck, if you want to help out, I'm sure that they are more than willing to take any help if you are up in the Seattle area.
They do say please RSVP via the meetup page, so they know how many seats to get from their hotel. Probably.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's cool. So yeah, lots of stuff, rules. What's this about a PMV?
They are doing a PMV contest that basically make a new one, submit it to them. After they round up the submissions, the winners get prizes. Basically, they're just running a convention prize thing. It's a contest. Yeah,
they're actually really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, I don't know how to make PMVs, but it sounds cool, and I'm glad they're doing something like that.
Get some swag for it, so.
Yep.
Get some stuff. All right, that's cool. So more stuff from Everfree. We haven't heard any updates over on the BronyCon side. We were kind of fishing for those a little bit earlier today. Though we do have a little bit of supposed rumor control, which I will let Sandalicious over there handle.
Yeah, this is just little silly piddly things that it popped up in response to the whole 4chan thing. We're not going to really address the other stuff until a little bit later in the show, but no, we don't hate BronyCon. We're still providing support and information and assistance as needed to Andrew. So
yep, all
no,
the
we
dudes over
don't
there.
hate them. And no, we didn't threaten anybody with legal action.
I don't even know how to do a legal action.
It's one of those things where it's like, wait, where'd they get that idea?
Is legal action the name of a pony of which I threatened at one point?
Yeah. You shook your hoof threateningly. And no, there wasn't, and this is stuff that's bandied around. Appearance fees for community people? Yeah. Don't be silly.
Yeah, we weren't paid. We went there, as said, the button donations got us there. We were able to fly and stay at. We took care of our room ourselves, so it was we were never actually the most that we made was just simply based off of the buttons that were sold at the convention and Starry stuff, which is her her little models like that. So, we came just because we were like, this sounds cool. We should go do that. And we get, pretty cool access to people we wouldn't normally. So, it was a win-win.
In other words, y'all are silly.
However, it's cool.
All right. Moving on.
Yes.
We Love Fine, another contest thing coming up. We Love Fine's Cupcake Challenge is, I need to change that link.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, but the voting begins for it. So let's see. There are 5 submissions I saw earlier today that have that are in it. One I think is silly, but kind of funny. The other ones are really good contenders, and I'm kind of caught up between a few of these, trying to figure out which one I like the most.
The Luna array, that was really nice.
Then you got the crazy Celestia cupcake. Crazy. That one is I don't even know. It's just like it's this mound of just pearlescent cupcake with a giant Celestia up top. That's insane. And then there's a really cool design of the main 6 taking down a giant Nightmare Moon cupcake, which is that one is pretty,
this one is very creative, yeah.
Yeah, and the Pony Games fiery cupcake, and as Chef said, a very nice Luna spread set of cupcakes.
Then there was the random your face.
Yes, the
face.
Big
Why
cupcake in the face. I don't know. It's that's the silly entry.
Yeah, but go ahead, check them out. It does kind of require Facebook, so good luck with that. I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Okay, and moving on. This is more silly rumor control. I mean, this is like beyond silly.
Okay, hold on. I got to get ready for this because you know what happens when we have silly rumors. I gotta play this off. All right, you ready for this? Chef, I was on Tumblr and I found this image, and this image says that they are not doing season 3 of My Little Pony. I don't.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no, they're not going to do that. That's what's going to lose a lot of money if they do that.
I don't. This image is very scary. What's going on?
Oh my goodness! Oh, flail! Everybody,
rumor.
Panic! So this is really funny. This was posted. Some guy who runs a anti-pony Tumblr decided to pop it up, and basically took a photo. They took a screenshot of Equestria Daily, and it's black text on white background. Do you know how absolutely not hard it is to Photoshop that? And then, of course, the whole, the makeup story, they had to take it down because it caused too much drama. It's like, well, let's see, 65 comments, no ratings. Come on, guys. And the fact that people actually believe this, that's really disappointing, honestly. Never mind the fact that Pony is like number 1 or number 2 most popular, positive, and profitable show on the channel.
On the hub, yeah.
They cannot really close it down. They see the money rolling from the show.
Besides the fact that months ago we were told that season 3 is happening. Months.
Yeah. And they just did an announcement with talking about their 2012-2013 season. But we're looking forward to bringing My Little Pony back in 4 new shows and bringing back some old stuff. So, critical thinking. It's not illegal yet. I just thought it was rather funny.
So Chef, is there going to be My Little Pony next year?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Well, My Little Pony this fall after the season ends, yes.
That's good. Wait, the season's got to end? We can't just keep going?
Well, it's how it works.
If they could go to a soap opera style thing where it's an episode a week constantly without season breaks, that might be cool.
Except I could just imagine a whole bunch of animators just head on their desk going like, I can't do this.
So much pony, I cannot. Ponies drive me insane.
It'd just be like, all right, so after 4 years, we are now on My Little Pony season 7, and can can imagine.
We go like, My Little Pony. They go like, My Little Pony.
I can't draw Twilight one more time.
Well, since it's in Flash, they don't really need to draw anyone, but still.
Yeah, so. But yes, back to the rumor. It's a fake. They're still Pony. Don't worry.
Just for a long time.
Yep. Well, if they know what's good for them, they won't let it go into syndication because they will see him. Well, they should probably
if
see
it
him.
ain't broke, don't fix it. That's well.
Yep. All right, so that's about it for the news. So now we talk about books. Or at least fanfics.
Fanfic suggestions. So yes, we have two options here. Mr. Tombstone has decided to nope it. Because he don't read fic.
Fanfics, don't have time.
It's all right. We have that happen plenty of times, especially when with the busy folks. That is no problem at all. It looks like that Sandy and I, I don't know if this is because of the fact that today's episode deals a little bit with weird, timey-wimey, strangeness, but looks like that we have two kind of alternate universe world stories that we're going to go in here. Mine is completely silly. Mine is airshipping is magic, which is just this ridiculous story where what if Twilight and Trixie were airships and who fell in love.
Here's the fun part. I actually did read this one fanfic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just to be completely nuts. And it's silly. They're blimps. That is the story. It is short. It is 1,100 words, almost 1,200 words. It's just supposed to be a stupid little story where everyone is airships, but it's just dumb fun. So I would suggest it, since we are talking alternate world, dimension splitting, time jumping Twilight. I thought it would be good to do an alt fic. So that's my choice for the week. You can find that on the show notes at baroneshow.com. Chef?
Mine this week is the 63rd Rune by Alex Strauss. I've talked about this one previously, but it is now complete. 63rd Rune refers to Rule 63, all male versions of female characters, and vice versa. So Twilight does a spell, turns her, the main six, into stallions, and everybody else regards them as having always been stallions, and there's adventure trying to go back to being themselves. And it's fairly lengthy, 36,264 words. I enjoyed the first few chapters, haven't had a chance to catch up, but now that the story's complete, which is always a good thing, you can read it through all the way.
Chef doesn't like to read a story not knowing where it's going.
Well, no, I just don't like recommending fanfics that then never get updated again.
It's like, this is a really good fic. Oh god, now I'm just waiting here forever for an update. Paradise. No, just kidding. Just poking. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, two very different, mine completely silly, 63rd Rune, not as silly, but definitely just wiggly alt universe craziness. So yeah, definitely can have some fun with that. And so, all right, so I think that'll wrap up our fix, and that'll lead us into topic time. Quick little talk here with our Living Tombstone friend. It's remixing time. We need to find out. I'll start off with the basic stuff. So, I assume that you had been doing remixes and making music before this whole pony thing, correct?
Yes, for a long time.
All right.
Yeah, for a long time, yeah.
All right, and I mean, just like, so you had been working on doing stuff, and you came across the show, and what was kind of the point where you watched the show and went, you know what, I could probably make music for this?
Well, it wasn't really when I watched the show. It was actually, I was just watching the show, I was just enjoying it, and I remember back then I wasn't really planning on doing any remixes. I didn't know there was even a fandom behind it, to be honest. So the reason I got started is only because of Alex Sess. I remember I got in contact with him through Skype. He was publicly announcing his Skype, so I could just, add him, and and apparently he noticed me because he knew that I some time ago did a remix of Nyan Cat. I did a remix that was pretty popular. It's actually over, like by now I've gotten over 600,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew about that. He was talking to me. He told me that he was really liking my stuff, and vice versa. So after he saw that I was, because of him, I actually got back into making music and stuff. And I actually uploaded 2 non-pony track into my YouTube channel. He just asked me, hey, you should do a remix of Win the Wrap Up to actually show more love to the fandom. Was like. And I think the reason I really started making music is only because of him. He just suggested that I should make a remix of one of the songs from the show, and said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And from that point on, it just stuck. I just said, okay, fine, I'll stick to ponies. I'll make remixes about ponies, and this is what I'll do for the rest of my life. I'll do all that.
For the rest of your life, you are going to be pony remix artist.
I mean, again, I have a lot of fun. I mean, the reason I'm saying, just jokingly about the rest of my life is that I don't think I will get bored of it for like the next 1-2 years or something like that. If the show still exists or something. Just that I noticed that there are a lot of artists that just probably because they also been in the apart from the fandom for longer than I did, since I read only last September, I think, last August, about something like that. So a lot of the people want to just stop, being so involved with the fandom and move on to other stuff. So I'm just stating that. It was only because of him. I have to thank him for that. It actually introduced me to a lot of really awesome people from the fandom as well.
Mm-hmm. It's been good chatting just in the various Poluminati chats, just saying like, hey to Alex S. He seems like an alright guy, so that's pretty cool.
No, he's really fun. He's really cool. Right. Though he's really busy with like many other stuff. I asked him why isn't he like making new stuff. I mean, ever since the last track he did. I mean, he did a new remix, sure, but he's not as busy as available to do remixes as he used before. Since now there's college, now there's this and that, and there's life. So basically, nobody really has the time to do.
Life is such a bummer. It gets in the way of all this pony stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also in a very tight schedule myself with all work and stuff. And also like side jobs when it comes to music. I make soundtracks for advertisements and commercials in Israel. I get like the reason I have all this equipment and experience is only because of that, and also I get a lot of money from this. So, but I still try my best because it's very important to me, and it's very important for many people, for me to like stick in the fandom and make remixes. So I do my best to make a new song like every week or something like that, or every remix. So yeah, it's not easy, but I manage and I do just fine, I guess.
All right, that's cool. You've done also some original stuff in addition to doing just the straight up remixes that are out there. And it looks like actually you're working more, kind of drifting more towards doing some originals. Is that just kind of? Let's extrapolate this a little bit. How are you liking the season 1 songs versus the newer season 2 songs? Are you finding like? How do you feel like the varying styles, or are you finding that they're easier or harder to remix? How's the season 2 been on you, remix guys?
I guess, it's kind of weird because it's like I did remixes of a few songs from the season 2, like the Flim Flam one and also a Pinky Pig song. Mm-hmm. These are the 2 that I did, but I think the way the season 2 has evolved is that I think it's actually much more. I don't know. I mean, both like seasons have really like interesting and long songs in both of them. Like when the wrap up was a long song, and I managed to do a remix of that. So I guess then it's only because of the sense that I really want to try more remixing like original work by fans rather than just songs from the show. Though I really want to like maybe sometime to try again to maybe really do a remix of the Smile 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 song, to maybe really do a really good remix of that, since I finally got hold of the vocal only version of it, so I can remix Pinkie Pie. I don't know. I guess there isn't much difference. It's just that I figured that I got a bit bored from remixing songs for the show, and I want to try, some challenging, songs from the fandom, really.
All right, that's cool. And yeah, as I said, I kind of expect over the summer that we're going to see a lot of going back and, once people actually have the time to go like, all right, so there's no more episodes of Personal Small Horse coming out, so we need to, try and see, all right, well, let's see, you know what, let me go back and do this song. That was kind of what happened last season, where it was just like, I don't know if we'll make it through the summer, and then everybody just started making remixes and fic and everything just out of their head, just started going.
Yeah.
So
that's the reason many got really, really big, back then. As I guess is why I also got very lucky that I just started, out just in the dry season, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the community surprisingly did a lot of cool stuff during the dry season.
I guess there's going to be another, since, season 2 is about to be over, there's going to be another dry season, and it's going to be, I don't know what to expect, to be honest. This is going to be one of those, parts where you're going to see big people, really big, talented people coming out. And I can't wait to see like the next big thing, It could be very interesting to see that.
It's kind of interesting that on the one side I'm going to miss actually seeing like all the episodes come out, because, watching new Pony is fun. But, the entire fact of just like, if the same thing happens this season that happened last season with just everybody ramping up all the stuff that they're doing, I really love that aspect of last summer. It was great. So... let's see.
I bet, like, maybe in the dry season I will actually get back to, a lot of the episodes from the season and maybe actually do the remix of Smile, Smile, Smile and really make it, since, I couldn't be rushing it when the song came out, so I might take the time to really do a really nice one in the dry season.
All right. Well, Tombstone, I am curious. I want to find out what you have on your... I want to find out, Pony and not Pony related, what you like to listen to. Like, what artists do you enjoy both inter and extra fandom?
Okay, so starting from non-Pony ones that I listen to a lot too. I really enjoy, today's music is like... I really enjoy listening to like rock and stuff. I mean, I have like lots of stuff that I listen like throughout the day on my car on the way to work, like on my iPhone. So I think like my favorites ones are like the rapping duo of XL and Blue. XL is the one producing the beats, and the Blue is the one rapping. They're really nice duo that Blue has one of the best rapping ever heard, like since recent times, since he's very talking about a lot of stuff, and he has really really nice songs and everything. He's like my new favorite rapper, after Eminem or something. Electronic artists, I had to say Corn Sound. They really make really nice glitch hop music. They really like they influence a lot of my swing style that I developed recently with like Good Old Days and stuff like that. So they really like made me want to try that as well, which is nice. And then of course a bunch of and then and like new Israeli music as well. But I don't think that I can really comment much about that, since most of the listeners probably don't know any kind of like Israeli music to listen to anyway.
You could always point them to one or two. Who knows? May make a burning Israeli market of music. Just be like, oh, all of a sudden we're having Israeli conventions where people are trading, Israeli music.
I listen to Arabic music.
Oh,
this will be really interesting. That's a good point. I have just like two that I really started listening to and really started enjoying. One is Karen Peles. She was pretty like famous for like her song Mabul, which Mabul's translated into rainstorm. And basically that song came out like 3 years ago. Decided to really listen to the album she did, and that really nice song. I probably can like put a link or something so guys can listen to it. Where do you know what? I'll put it here so you guys later can link it out.
Okay, cool.
And also. That's one song, and the album itself is really great, so you can probably find it somewhere. And also Other Banim, which is a rock band that also started 4 years ago, and just recently they decided to break apart. But they did a really nice job, like making a lot of 70s type of music and also lots of rock stuff. So they are really, really nice band to listen to. And most of the music that I listen to, Israeli music, and despite are really like intense when it comes to like melodies and stuff like that. So if you don't know Hebrew, you can probably just enjoy it for the music and the way the melodies and their vocals work, Pony music.
Yes.
So yeah, Pony music. My favorite ones. I think my absolute favorite one has to be So Great and Powerful. He surprised me with the Pinkie Pie Swear dedication song that he did for him. And it was amazing that he's basically my new Pinkie Pie Swear to listen to. He does amazing vocal splicing, and the way he does that, it's just magical. And listening to his music again and again is just like, it's literally magic. And I just enjoy his music so much. Other people, other artists I enjoy from the fandom are, I don't know. I mean, most of the people that I enjoy listening to are like my friends and stuff. So like noting them is like weird a bit. But Oni Pony, for example, is a really nice. Is a favorite artist. I constantly listen to him on the way to work. So I really enjoy his kind of music. Really nice dubstep. I think it's better than most modern dubstep there is today. Anyway. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't know. When it comes to beauty and pony music, there's not many people I listen to be honest. It's just that I don't know. I just listen to pony music a lot of pony music because I'm a part of the listeners group for Cuesta del. So I listen to so much pony music. So because I am supposed to be one of the guys to review them, so there's so much stuff to listen to. So you get the feeling that sometimes it just drags on a bit and you don't want to listen much. But it's good.
All right, that works. Yeah. Any last little bits you want to add to here? Shout outs or anything in particular? Have any last anything? And any projects you are going to be working on as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Two things. First of all, many guys have seen me starting working on, since the Love Me Cheerly collab I did with Wooden Toaster. Ever since that collab, we developed a really nice, we became really, really good friends. We constantly talk like almost daily. So I mostly like bother him through Skype, like starting a call with him, and we decided to really push ourselves to work on more music. So what's going to happen is that he already finished the lyrics for the next song. So So I'm going to start working on the collab for the next song, actually. So there's going to be many collabs over the coming months or the coming weeks, so it's going to be pretty exciting. And I'm going to announce it now. There's a new collab that me and Windows started out, and just by that time, I'm pretty sure that you guys know about Rina-chan, right?
Think so. Shift, do you know that one?
No, I don't.
She's a very well-known voice actor. She started on Newground, so she did a lot of she did Twilight Sparkle in Apple That Move.
Okay. I'm completely losing my brain here. All right, there you go.
So yeah, she contacted us, and she was very excited to work with us and everything. So she's going to help us with the Luna songs that we're going to work on soon enough. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, apart from the Luna song and everything, so we're going to make a lot of collabs together. It's probably going to be a long-term relationship between me and Wooden Toaster. We're going to work on many stuff. Exciting. So, and the second big one that I'm going to announce now, some time ago I asked around Facebook and Twitter, what kind of, fan-made music, songs that they would like to see me remixing. And the reason I wanted to ask this big question, and there were so many people suggesting here and that, is because I wanted to conduct a list for a remix album I'm going to start working on pretty soon, so I'm probably going to release it by BronyCon, possibly. So it's going to be a big, nice remix album. I'm going to sell it on Bandcamp. And all the album is going to feature completely original remixes. None of the songs, the remixes in the album are going to be, stuff that I released before. All the stuff I released before are for free, so the album is going to be exclusively there on Bandcamp.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so Very cool. Good to have you. Listen, I love you and I love your stuff. Wooden Toaster. I've got tons of his work inside of there, their work inside of there. It's super, super good stuff. And I always just like, I hope there's another good remix coming out this week. Because it is just great stuff when it's like you and, the handful of other super, super awesome remixers start putting their stuff out there. I think the first time that we jumped in the Palluminati chat, I just had to say, Tombstone, stop whatever you're doing. I love your work. I just needed to tell you that right now. So, very cool to have you
Yes.
Very cool to have you listening to your stuff and then having you on the show. It's really, really fun having that. So, stands that we've got to talk about Pony, or at least the most recent episode. May we move forward?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. It's about time. That's the episode. It's about time. It is season 2, episode 20, overall episode number 46, air date March 10th, 2012, written by M.A. Larson and storyboarded by Sabrina Alberghetti and Nicole Wangriff. Yes, Twilight episode. Oh, I love Twilight episodes so much. So we have finished watching it. Technically a rather short while ago. It's only been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, Chef, what did you think?
I really liked it. It was a good semi-adventure episode with a good bit of world building and even semi-questionable world building, but I really liked the episode, even though at the end it's sort of it's a time travel episode. These happen in like every cartoon.
What you expect to happen it's just like, this is going to be done and you'll do the same thing that was done before.
Time loop.
You reuse your mistakes and end up figuring it out.
It was it was nice. The time loop was a kind of a lame ending, but still nice.
Well, yes, I didn't know that they would actually do the full time loop. Just to repaint that entire previous episode or that entire previous minute or so that they had used before. I understand. It's just like, okay, here you go. This is just showing and illustrating that she is doing the exact same thing that happened the time before. So I forgive that a little bit just because the rest of the episode was so, just silly. Just her wearing a giant ring into the library because she's just been walking in a circle for eons. And just every single way of just like, oh, look, she got this scar on her cheek because of this. And then the eye patch was because of that. And then she bangs herself on the head because Gypsy Pinky was, all of a sudden the pinky sense kicked in again, and a flower pot hit her in the head. So, there was.
And even then, Pinky was like, "Where did that come from?"
Mm-hmm. Just the bizarreness just abounds everywhere. As I said, Twilight is my favorite. This was a good Twilight episode, so I love that. Let me go through some of the notes here. The Spike eating tons and tons of ice cream the entire episode, just very ice cream focused.
There were lots of really good Pinkie Pie moments as well. I really love that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really random, but I remember I actually watched the episodes with my brothers were here as well. They're also bronies, by the way. So they were watching with me, and we were really enjoying the way Pinkie Pie was so silly in this episode. Apart from her being a gypsy, but she also had this part in the beginning with the balloons. She was just trying to run with the balloons on. So everybody run. It was so much fun. And then again, is it me or did they reference vaguely about Metal Gear Solid with her looking a bit like Solid Snake in that part?
There's been some discussion on if there is any reference to that, if it's either a Solid Snake
she looked like
kind
Big
of
Boss
thing.
with the eye patch and the hair and everything and the headband. Wow.
The question is it a Metal Gear Solid reference, or is it like Riggs from Escape from New York? That parallel's been drawn before. The kind of gruff, frazzled look with the eye patch and everything. It's in a few things, but definitely there were people going hey, Are they referencing Big Boss, or who are they kind of pointing to?
I would personally go more towards the Metal Gear side of things with her sneaking around. Now, the only thing they missed was an exclamation point little sound from
the guard. Oh, hey, Twilight.
The guard when they find her, it's like,
Yeah, that would be a very good reference to that.
Twilight.
Let's see what. Let's see. I'm gonna look through the notes here. Oh, you silly fillies. Let's see. Everything happening next Tuesday. Library. We do have a confirmed new city. So we have. The Pegasi searched from Philadelphia to Las Pegasus. So
yeah, Las Pegasus.
Add that to
there's
your
also
map.
Baltimore.
Oh yes, Baltimore. Let's see.
Baltimore. Yeah, that was nice.
Let's see what else is in here. Scanning the dock. Let's see. There was more of the random stuff of Pinkie Pie just having balls just randomly all around the city, and including an eye patch. Just to make sure that she can always have balls and eye patches.
She is a very well-prepared pony.
Let's see. Signs. Let's see. Baltimore. Yes, you had that. Madame Pinky and her fortune-telling abilities, which is simply just telling you kind of random stuff of good. You'll have a good birthday present, which I really hope that gets referenced in the remaining episodes, like in the season finale, that they actually do reference, like, oh, in Twilight, here's your birthday present. Yay, this is a good birthday present. Just to make sure that the circle completes.
Yeah, they're probably going to do that. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to do that, or maybe not, since it's like a show that doesn't always follow. I mean, there's like many episodes like that. Sometimes they don't really follow what happened in the episode before, so sometimes it happens, sometimes it's not. It's up to their choice.
Actually, Starry came up with a pretty good idea, kind of maybe a discontinuity. But if you remember that Rarity episode, they had Twilight's birthday in Canterlot, and she got the dress. So maybe we're going to have to do some reordering. This one has to go over that episode so that she has her birthday and gets the gift. See?
Yeah.
Going to have to reorder everything now. Throwing us a loop. Or
next season,
they'll
just be like, oh yeah, remember I told you, you're going to get a really cool gift.
That could work. I could see that. That'd be fine. Really cool gifts next season. Keeping it saving. All right, we can work with that. Let's see. Other things. Eye patch emergencies, telescopes, frazzled Twilight, Celestia just showing up at the very end. Oh, hey, Twilight, what's going on? I'm just randomly walking through this locked up archive in here. I'm just going to say hello, say your hair looks nice, and leave.
It's like, oh, hey, you're being crazy.
Yep. Oh, look, crazy again. Dressed up all, messed up and randomly wearing a ripped up cat suit.
Celestia has Twilight around for many different reasons, and amusement is one of them.
Pretty much. So yeah, I think this is a good episode. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Yeah, as I said, yes, I understand the reuse of the very end part. I don't gripe that too much, because I think that's for the younger fans, that would just illustrate that yes, she simply did the exact thing that caused this entire thing to happen. So, Twilight just simply acting and not really thinking it through. I think that's probably one of the reasons that I find Twilight so interesting, is that she is as smart as she is, but she just doesn't see the signs that what she does usually causes the bad things to happen. Just like the fact that she worries so much about not being able to do things is why she isn't able to do more. I find that kind of humorous. Of if you worry too much about something, you'll end up just wasting more time worrying. That's me extrapolating and being all philosophical.
Well, I guess they did a fantastic job. Yeah, I agree. The ending was a bit lame just because of the whole time loop. But I guess that they knew that, so they actually made the rest of the episode seems much more enjoyable. I mean, everything that happened up until that point was just awesome.
And
It was left out loud funny, really.
It was there was just a lot of like silly crazy going on in the episode, and just as I said, like adventure, like we got to repair everything, and all of a sudden cracks all over the place, which you would imagine would get repaired normally. Get repaired. Cerberus shows up. How do we forget about that? You know, the guard of Pony Heck, shows up, and all of a sudden,
this was cute. I guess that it was actually very, very nice. And to be honest, I think it's actually better than the episode last week. To be honest, 2 weeks before. Sorry. Oh wait, last week? Yeah, last week.
Well, which episode are you talking about, sir?
Oh, the one with Fluttershy. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
That was last week. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, and then Cerberus shows up, and then just like the entire thing of, and somebody made the point, wait, did Twilight just run to hell and back? Is that the joke there?
Yeah.
Just all the little silly. As I said, I enjoy it. It still doesn't beat my top. It is no Luna Eclipse, but it's definitely one of my better ones this season too, because it's Best Pony. You can't knock Best Pony.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, good to hear you agree. And with that, I think we need to go ahead and move on. Any other last words? You can always just check out our little notes here, and we have a link to the FemWiki article on the episode related to episode 45. No derpy this time, I noticed. I think people are still combing the slides and the screens trying to see if there was any hidden derps somewhere. So
there probably is. There should be. I myself even. I remember, like, at the beginning of the episode was like, maybe, like, ooh, there must be a secret somewhere. But, yeah, there probably is a derp in this episode.
Yeah, we just gotta see.
If there isn't, like, I guess it can, it's possible since, it was mostly centric about, Twilight, Pinkie Pie, and Spike, and they haven't featured much background ponies in that episode anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Most of them were running away from the Cerberus, so...
Yeah, I think it's also, even if they don't include her, it's just it's fun because it makes everybody still comb even harder trying to find Derpy. So she's got to be in here somewhere. Look, she's in the teapot in the very background. She's only 2 pixels
Where's
tall.
Waldo?
Pretty much, she's 2 pixels tall, and I swear that's her just popping out of the teapot. All right, well, cool.
Well, they did find the Derpy in that, in the snow globe.
Mm-hmm, yes, in the snow globe, and she was very prominent last episode.
So that's how much fans are going to just look very, very deep into Derpy.
Mm-hmm. Just shake that snow globe up. All right, so that takes care of Season 2, Episode 20. Next episode, which I believe is next week, I don't think we've got any pauses coming up, we're going to be enjoying a little bit of Dragon Quest. Spike joins the Great Dragon Migration to discover his true identity, but it might not be what he really needs. So we have another Spike episode on the incoming. March 17th. Yes. Episode titles references the Square Enix role. All right, so we're going to have some fun with that. All right, so it's time to move on. It's email time. It's all those awesome emails we receive across at bronyville@gmail.com. You can always send those across. Please try and keep them a little bit short because while the text, though sometimes very interesting and brings a lot of information, are sometimes hard to read on a podcast. So, just a heads up over there. I shall go first, Sandalicious will go second, and our guest, Tombstone, will go third. So let me go ahead and start this. Dear Cider, Sandy, Starry, and special guest, greetings from the Philippines, or should I say Philippines. Hooray for pony puns. It is now officially summer vacation here in Maine, Ilia. More puns, and that means I can finally write an email to your outstanding podcast. Allow me then to share a story and quiz you with a quick question. Like I said, school's finally over, and last week was the week of our final exams for high school. And what better way of celebrating the end of school than with a mini meetup of all of our high school bronies? A small bunch of about 15 students, ranging from freshmen to seniors, all journeyed together to visit a small t-shirt printing store at a nearby mall. We spent nearly the whole afternoon printing pony shirts there, as well as making quite a lot of noise about chatting about video games, randomly bursting into pony song, and playing some kazoos which we bought from a nearby music store. It was a heck of a time, even if we caused a ruckus, or is it a fracas? Now on to my question. Oh, what was that?
I was gonna say, y'all sound like a rowdy bunch.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to
Yeah.
calm you down. Now on to my question. Since this week's episode deals with time troubles, I'd like to ask you, when exactly do you prepare the podcast show notes? I'm asking this since, again, I live in the Philippines, and after doing the math, I estimate about 15 hours between our time zones. Due to my usually busy school schedule, I only find time to write you on Saturday morning, and adjusting for time zone differences, that probably means Friday morning over in the USA. I'm just a bit worried that my letters to your amazing show might be missed if you select mail to be read on the show earlier in the week. But anyway, summer's here now, so I may have more leisure time, but still, I'd like to hear how you guys do things. Sincerely, your local listener from overseas, Sparkplug. P.S. All of the main six are Best Pony, but my personal favorites are Applejack and Pinkie Pie. P.S.S. Previously, Chef Sandy's nicknames have been Thomas Jefferson, Sandalicious, and more recently, Chef Estes. But may I suggest Uncle Sheffy? There's actually a popular restaurant over here with the name, and I've attached a picture as proof. Uncle Sheffy, Brick Oven Global Cuisine.
Awesome.
There we go. I continue to accrue titles.
Yes, you do.
And nicknames.
I appreciate that because they're fun to say. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson. It is a fracas. I don't know. I just like fracas more because it's a lesser used word. And how do we do the show notes? Today was, oh shoot, Chef, there's an hour before the show. We should do the show notes.
Well, basically what we do is we have a template for each episode's show notes, and the guest name is inserted via find replace. Then we basically kind of pick a vague topic for the topic, but then we discuss the actual topic with the guest. News is pulled up day of the show. One cool thing can be added in whenever. And the emails are generally added the morning of the show and discussed between AC and I. Mm-hmm. I'm generally the one that builds the doc and sends it out to people. And we need to keep track of what emails came in over the week, and we do read them all, even if they don't get on the show. But yeah, if you send us your email on Friday morning or whatever, that's fine, because we don't put all the emails into the document until we're about ready to record.
Mm-hmm. I will say it's been nice doing like the any of the ones that people doing right after the episode are nice, because it's good to hear a direct response of people saying like, hey, this is how I felt about the episode. You know, that's kind of fun to do. There is a very short window to do that because, you know, sometimes we record it, and, you know, like in this case, like 2 hours after the episode. So, you know, if you want to really get that would be something you would have to make sure about. But, you know, we go through all of them, and take a look. Some of them we go, that's a little too long. That question, I don't know if that would actually be something we would want to answer on air. So there is some kind of pruning and choosing between them. But we do definitely read all of them and kind of go like, oh, this is probably something that we'll need to handle or talk about, or this is a neat thing. So, you know, that all the funness. Yes, Uncle Sheffy.
All right, so moving on to my turn.
Yup.
Salutations. I've been thinking about this for a while. I figured with the derpy debacle finally settling down, now would be a good time to voice my thoughts on the situation as a whole from a different angle. I'll try to be as clear as I can with this, but I'll admit I've had a rough time trying to gather these thoughts into something worth writing out. First off, let me be clear that I agree something blatantly offensive doesn't belong on a show such as My Little Pony, and that Hasbro does have final say on how they want to deal with issues like this. My issue is more to why companies have to treat these sorts of things like they do. It's pretty sad that our society bases what's offensive on what a small number of people perceive as being so, even if it wasn't intended as such or directed at them personally. People nowadays look like to look for something to make offensive, even if it means stringing together a bunch of dots to reach their goal. That is to say, editing a thing and stuffing an ellipsis.
Yes.
Let's take apple cider's name, for example.
Oh, no.
Cider in a large... Oh, no. Cider, I'm sorry. You're offensive.
I'm an example now. No!
Cider in a large part of the world is an alcoholic drink, but not so in the U.S. Yet somebody could say the name apple cider is promoting alcohol use with a kids show because of what cider is in other countries. Obviously, this isn't the case, but what the accusation has made, it would raise scrutiny throughout society. I think this is what happened to Hasbro with Derpy. The fandom as a whole used the name in nothing but an affectionate way, the idea of her fitting her klutzy actions. But some people noticed the one possible definition of Derpy meant retarded and immediately jumped to the conclusion that was meant by the name Derpy. What can be a klutz without being a retard? I lost my place.
Oh, no.
But in today's society, a company like Hasbro won't stand up to this false argument. The corporate world in general would rather appease a fraction of the customers in an effort to smooth things over. The downside of this is they now offend or alienate a much larger portion of their customers who are aggravated that the company has changed something they really didn't need to change in the first place, which would also beg the question of why would a result of which way would result in the highest sales for the company, since that's the goal, profit. And on a completely different but quick note, it seems a lot of people have questions about what they can and can't do in regards to fandom-made creations. It's no-brainer that they can't do something that make an MLP cartoon yourself and sell it, but there seems to be a lot of gray areas to what can legally be made sold, and the fact that Hasbro also seems somewhat lenient in allowing stuff that may start to infringe on their copyright when it's in small doses. Have you guys thought about trying to contact someone at Hasbro directly and ask what their stance on fandom creations to clear up some of the gray areas? I'd suggest even asking if there's something they would like to not see created by the fandom, even if it's technically not violating the copyright. I'm betting a large portion of the content creators would respect that kind of request. Anywho, keep up the good work. Light show. So,
the Derpy thing, nobody came out clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for the gray area exists because Hasbro isn't looking. Asking them to look at it makes it a black and white area.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of, do you want to send them a Google Doc that says, how do you feel about music? You know, other people making models, this, you know, just, here's a list of things we might sue you for, and it could be a list of, you know, maybes, maybe. I think that with anything, there's going to be a gray area. And I think that for the most part, Hasbro will only sue someone if they're making a substantial amount of money. And you know, in the cases of the Pony Archive and things like that, where that is happening, they usually go down the road of cease and desist first. Which, you know, is just a go take that down, you know.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Don't.
I think asking what they would not want to see created would just only encourage it. Like, if they single out any one thing that they don't want to see, you can guarantee that a dozen trolls will be out there making it immediately. So, it doesn't seem like a very productive use of one's time. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I understand the want to clear the waters a little bit, and you know that for, you know, if Hasbro felt like it was worth their while, they could come to us and say cease and desist. You know, if they really felt that we were that damaging or that you know, horrible, you know, they could just, you know, slap us with that and we'd just take our ball and go home. I highly doubt they would, because for the most part, we bring, you know, I would hope to say that we bring a service to the fandom and to what they make. So, you know, there's gray areas even for us as well. But I think that there is, you know, do you really want to knock on Hasbro's door and say, so would you like us to make Rule 34? I don't know. You know, it's just like, oh, don't, no. Bad, very bad. No, bad boy. So, you know, whatever. Gray areas. They exist. They're gray for a reason.
I guess it's weird. They cannot really do much about it, Hasbro. I think in this case, I mean, at the beginning, I remember when this whole Derpy thing happened, I remember that I was also pretty, I mean, like everybody else, I was also pretty pissed about it. But then again, I foreseen this from a different angle. Now that I actually watched this thing again, with how Derpy, looked like. I don't think it's the issue that Derpy looked like in the first place, because again, the show has many occurrences of many really weird, apart from the Cider, episode that it might be considered, alcohol for different countries. That's what they said. That's true. But then again, what about the mental patient in that one episode, and how about Twilight Sparkle said tardy or something? That couldn't imply something like that. I mean, there's many things that could have implied, something offensive, but not Derpy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's Derpy. I don't think that's the reason they got over the issue. Because again, Derpy is still, being there in the episode, and there's many occurrences where she appears there. It's completely okay. I mean, but what I'm saying is, I look at the scene, and I notice that I do understand where they're coming from. The minor, those, very small, vocal minor, let's say, that they talked about this is only because, looking at the episode, it didn't seem like Derpy. Again, this is what I saw, and I trying to make the best, out of, the whole issue. So it didn't look like Rainbow Dash was a bit, angry about Derpy, messing up things. So it might have looked like to them that Rainbow Dash was just angry about Derpy, not because of Derpy herself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why they changed it. I mean, Derpy, they changed Derpy just so it won't be implied that she's angry at let's say, retarded pony. She's just angry about the pony who messes up things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
think that's the reason.
Yeah, and as said, nobody came out smelling like roses. We look like we went insane. Hasbro, looked like that they were just
to be
willing
honest,
to.
I think it's a bit too much the way that many of the people in the fandom reacted to this. I mean, it's valid. I know why, because it is kind of annoying, because it's like it's like a character that we named, we helped creating it basically. But then again, I don't think it should have been I don't think there's a reason to overreact about this. I remember when it happened, people were asking me to make a song about Derpy to dedicate about the whole issue, and I commented about this on Facebook, said, listen, there's no reason, I mean, I also got a bit busy about the issue, but then again, there's no reason to add more wood to the fire. There's no reason to start more and talk about it, since if I'm going to make a song about the Derpy issue, is only going to be about an opinion that I have in mind. That wouldn't be really fair at all to make it into a song. So I just decided the best thing to do is just not comment anything about, not to comment too much about this thing, and let the life had its course. I mean, there's no need to talk about this more than what happened.
Yeah, it's what. It's done deal now. What's been said and done. If you want your original Derpy, go get Friendship Express and go purchase that, and there you go. You can get a hard copy of the original, because that's what's being printed on there. And in
my case, I live in Israel, so I downloaded the episode and I have it on my computer, and it's it's sealed. It's in a really nice sealed, cold condition, so it's really nice that I have the original in my computer.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, you can find it, or you can do it. Let's move on. Let's move forward. Let's get past this, and
it's a very complex issue. Okay, now it's time to read an email.
Yeah, come down off that cross and make a bridge, or however however you want to do it. All right, Tombstone, if you would like to make the next read the next email for us.
Sure thing. Okay, it's going to be fun since, I have this accent and everything, so I'm going to make this funny. Okay. Hi there. First, hello to Princesses, Alpha Cider, Chef, Cindelicious, and the Infernal Starry Pie, and whatever guest you might have, which is me. I'm currently still listening to episode 34, and I am so glad that you got your guest Raichu back, because we finally get an authoritative voice on the noble generations of ponies long past. I think that's very often Brony do tend to ignore, and often ignorant of the fact that our favorite show has roots steeped into antiquity of bygone age, where even though a cartoon was produced as a half-hour advert for a toy line, real stories were worked in there, involving evil wizards, slavery, and monsters galore. Wow. For many reasons, the 80s and the early 90s are often looked upon as some sort of a golden age of kids' cartoons, and a lot of now iconic shows saw their birth in that decade. Reboots are pretty common, but it still amazes me that the reboot for Little Girls show has produced all this. Here's hoping to plenty more from G4, and I dare I say, eventually beyond midnight. P.S. Fanfics. Why? How could I not suggest Ambassador's Son?
And good old Midnight Shadow pops up again. That crazy Brit. Yeah, so, yeah, good to hear stuff. There was a lot of pro things to talk about the last episode with Raichu. There was definitely some comments of people saying, like, no, there's a lot of silliness in our comments of just like, no, they should call that the G2 series, the episodes, because it's totally different. No, I'm not making fun of you guys. I sincerely have not watched much of it, so I have no real opinion one way or the other. I just know what Raichu says about the series and what those people in the original fandoms believe before it and how they decide to categorize it. But I'm looking to more G4, and I've not heard of Ambassador's Son, so you're going to have to take Mitty's recommendation for that. All right, let me move on to the next question here. Evening, Bronyville. Having been with the fandom since just before EQD hit 10 million, I've watched the fandom go from obscurity to the internet phenomena it has become. In the last 7 months, I've been one of the admins for a Brony group, and from what I've seen, it is not a positive growth in the community. Though the first few months went by without much hassles, the last 4 or so months have shown, on the other hand, have shown me that love and tolerance the community pushed early has been nothing more than saying and meaning nothing to many of the newer members. In the last week, we've had a former founder walk out of the fandom because of behavior of the new members is comparable to a particular board I will not mention here, but was less respect for rules and other people's opinions, as well as going as far to celebrate the victory of destroying someone's enjoyment of the fandom. And now a couple of other admins, including myself, are thinking about walking out of the fandom altogether. I fear that the fandom has grown too fast and is heading towards, if not already become, a jump on the wagon if you're cool feel to it. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, anon.
Ooh.
Objection.
Actually, that's a really good discussion. Actually,
yes, it is. It is. There is a lot going on here. We have unfortunately, and having been in the show and doing these, we are mired in this rather deep over here at Bronyville Central. So I will give Chef the opportunity to speak his head first.
All right, so I'm going to guess that this has a lot to do about old Purple Tinker, who, I might add, she's posted a couple of things on her DeviantArt and basically said that, X, Y, and Z has happened, that she's gone through some bad times and all this other stuff. And let me just pull it up. The stuff with the 4chan and the posting of logs and calls and stuff like that, that was really shady. That was really crappy. And I think the person that did that is a real scumbag, because that just causes a lot of uncertainty and causes issues to Andrew and the BronyCon staff. The real honesty of the thing is that post BronyCon, there was a lot of drama, a lot of interpersonal stuff, and the end result is that Purple Tinker burned a lot of bridges in the community among her staff, and I've spoken to her, and this is what I've told her this as well. I don't think she's a bad person. She just made some bad decisions, and it was very much behind the scenes. Nobody wanted to ruin her enjoyment of the show. Nobody wants to do anything like that. 4chan doesn't really care. But for those of us in the community that were aware of this kind of stuff going on, there's a lot more going on than on the face. And it's what I told her, lay low, come back to the con at BronyCon Summer as a vendor, have some positive interaction with the community, and it'll all go away. It'll blow over.
Yeah.
That's because a positive interaction will do a lot to counter any rumors or negative things you've heard online. And I think that the author, Anon, here is taking a bit too much of a doom and gloom situation, because your community is what you make of it. And the actions of your local community, or the actions of communities not your local community, don't necessarily have a lot of impact on your local community. If you're a leader in your local group, it is up to you to determine the culture that your group promotes. It is not the internet as a whole. Don't allow some anons off in who knows where to destroy your view of the community that you have around you. That is not the right way to go. Other than that, the deal with BronyCon, it's still going to happen. They have goals and thresholds, and they're getting their stuff together, and I'm sure that the convention will go off.
I hope it will.
Yeah.
Because this is the only con I'm going to come to this year, because I cannot come to any con because of tight schedule in my part, because I have so much stuff to do this year. So BronyCon is going to be the only one I'm coming to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm coming to BronyCon.
The only thing I think I need to add to that is the way I take it, and this is the way I have it. Purple was ambitious to a T, and she wanted to make sure that everybody had the absolute best experience that they could possibly have, and she wanted to pull out all the stops. And sometimes that put her at it put her at odds with other people who may have decided to. That we should probably do this. It just caused to the point that she has this driven attitude of this is what I have my mindset to it. I am going to do that. And sometimes when you have somebody that is that driven, it's hard to to push expectation to kind of set things. And I'm not trying to put any words in mouth. This is simply my perception from looking at the issue from what happened. And there's very good things about being that driven and wanting to. She just wanted to provide something that was literally just this great gathering for the entire community. As for BronyCon itself, we're talking to Andrew. I think kind of what we said was that we at this time are still looking if we want to go to BronyCon. We're just kind of waiting to see how stuff happens, and waiting to see. What will happen with BronyCon, and what they wish to do with us there.
Plus the fact that summer travel to New York City is really expensive.
Yeah, that gets kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. So, but we would love to be there. We would love, since it is 2 days, it would be, last time we unfortunately didn't have much time to hang out with our fans, and actually we were kind of up on the stage a bunch, and didn't get the full con experience and stuff. So we would love to roll back in there. It's just wanting to make sure that that everything is on the up and up and everything's cool, and this is all for hoping. We want BronyCon to do well, so there's no malice there. Woo!
Yeah. Yay! See, there we go. It's out in the open. Don't expect any other statements from us on this. Really, seriously. Please let it die.
It's okay. Don't worry. It is really hard for me to say I hate someone. That is dumb. I don't hate any pony. All right, Sheffers.
All right, so onward to not drama emails. To Colonel Sanders, Agent 00 Cider, and guests. Hey, this is my second time emailing you guys. The first one never got read. Here's hoping you guys read this one. Woo-hoo. Firstly, as always, love your podcast. You guys are totally awesome. Second, I want to call out AC's idea for writing fanfic about his and Chef's adventures in Equestria. For the love of all the pony pantheon, both known and unknown, do it! Alvin commands you. And thirdly, AC, seeing as there is a cider-based episode recently-ish, and your pony Sona is both a cider maker and part of the Apple clan, how would you have acted if you were there? Sandy, feel free to comment as well. Artie Stroke, P.S. drew some fan art for you guys. You can see it on my DeviantArt. There's a link in the show notes.
Clicky.
And PPS, all ponies are best pony, and Twilight and Rainbow Dash are both my favorites. Twilight is smart, kind, voice of reason that can always that is always willing to help, and Dash is an awesome tomboyish, doesn't buy some apples from any one girl who stands up for those she cares for. Now stop arguing, you'll make Fluttershy cry.
Oh, this is awesome. It drew the pic of the tabletop we did. That's pretty cool. The scene with me with the flag around my neck and you all beaten up with a guy chasing with hoses and rakes. That's pretty cool.
It's like our tabletop adventures.
Which we're hoping to do another one of those soon. We actually reached out to Mr. Marsh, and he wants to do another 2-person session. So we're going to hopefully have another one of those out for you soon. Okay, as for the story thing, it just kind of requires me to actually sit down, and I've actually had some really fun ideas to go with it. So I just kind of have to grind in it. I've kind of got the beginning pieces in my head, but I think I'd have to just sit and dedicate my early mornings to writing a little bit. As for the Cider-based episode, I've actually figured it out. I know how I want to handle that, and if I write it, I'm not going to tell you, so there. Because you save all your good stuff for the story.
Yep.
Yes, so we'll see on that, and yes, I do want to do more of that tabletop. That was fun, so, and glad you love the podcast. That is super cool. All right, and Toomey.
Yes, my time to read.
Yes.
God, I'm so talkative in this show. Well, yeah, okay. Salutations, Brony show, crew, and yes. Just wanted to write and tell you 2 things. First, love the show and the work you guys do. Starry Night's color commentary in the background is one of my best part. It's the best part of the show. Been listening to the show for a while now, and you never fail to entertain with discussions that are informative and guests that bring a lot to the table. I feel that you have one of the more entertaining podcasts I subscribe to. Secondly, I'd like to tell you an amusing anecdote. So my girlfriend's mother showed a disapproval that an adult male was watching a cartoon about pastel-colored ponies. After trying to explain about the better qualities of the show, such as its strong moral lessons, the focus on acceptance and tolerance, the stellar music and sound design, the quality of the animation and the team behind it, the only recourse left on me was Birder. No, what are you thinking? I got her to watch an episode. Being that she actually makes costumes, I showed her art of the dress. She sat down through the episode, and after it was over, she said, "Well, that was okay for a kids show." Thinking I had won at least a small victory, I continued on as normal, but not 2 days later, I caught her in the kitchen making coffee and singing Winter Wrap-Up, so score for love and tolerance. Thank you, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. Yes, John.
That song is an excellent earworm.
P.S. I feel I should wait on this Rainbow Dash versus Twilight Sparkle debate. While they are fine ponies with admirable qualities, you are both missed the point of the big Macintosh's best pony. Yes.
That's not Twilight Sparkle at all.
Sparkle. Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight Sparkle.
Well, that was nice.
All right, well, that's cool. Very good. Good on that. And yeah, I always like the episodes. Like some person didn't like this, but then I made them listen to an episode, and they kind of got the great earworm. I think Are the Dress is a good one. Yeah, that winter wrap up, and I've had Smile in my brain so hard.
Yeah, that was a good song too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are all just excellent songs to get in your brain. All right, so that takes care of our emails. I'm going to remove that extra little row right here because we don't need you. Delete row. There we go. Makes it cleaner. All right, that's super awesome, and that takes care of our email section. Hey, Sandy, would you mind talking about our awesome iTunes bronies?
All right, so we have always thank people for their 5-star reviews on iTunes. We really do appreciate it. We are up to 523 ratings at 5 stars, and we got some new reviews this week. So thanks to OS0303, Fluttershy Forever, Caravaggio, Quick Freeze, Hazeman, and David Villarreal.
Hooray!
Hooray! We appreciate it.
That last name scares me because that's the exact same name of one of my coworkers. Did he find out about the show? I don't know if it would be like, hey, I think the show's nice. I wanted to support you. Or, I'm trolling you. So, I'll have to see if I can sneak around a little bit and find out if it is the same David that works for me. That would be freaky.
You guess that this will actually come true. I don't know, it sounds pretty possible.
I have been stealth. Well, the name is like very specific. They're like, the internet found like 300 something odd people with the same name supposedly on like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I do some stuff at work. Like I have a screensaver that just loops through all of the stuff, all the images that I have in my pictures, and like I'll drop in like every once in a while just a neat like My Little Pony background in there. So it'll be like pictures of flowers, cool picture of a city, Rainbow Dash, it'll just add it in like really random, and I just doing what I can secretly at work, spread it around. All right, well, that's super cool. Thank you, 5-star iTunes Bronies. We always love that, and please do go to iTunes, find Bronyville Podcast, give us iTunes reviews, and leave us a nice note, because we really appreciate that, and it gets us higher. We got to show this American Life people, something.
Yes.
And, all right, so we need to wrap this show up. We're getting close to the end. I see 142 listed on my little thing, on our little call widget here. So we need to go ahead and push this forward towards the one cool thing. If you did not pay attention to this episode, and you listened to an hour 40 of this, so wow, that's kind of shocking. We want to leave you with one really cool link that you should check out, and you can find that over at BronyShow.com. I'm going to give you the TF2 map making contest. I have enjoyed playing TF2 as of late. For some reason, I have a problem with my laptop where it overheats after 5 minutes, which really kind of bites. But the cool guys over at Pony Fortress 2 are running this contest for making pony-related maps. If you want, the rules are listed there in the link on Derpy Hooves News. The rules, the content styles. Contest will end on May 31st, 2012 at 9 p.m. Eastern. Their judgment prizes are going to be cash prizes, any Steam games or TF2 cash shop items, and all the people sponsoring it. So yeah, I like TF2. I would enjoy playing some pony maps, especially ones that are well constructed and fun. So yes, please go check that out if you are any good at level modding. And of course Pony Fortress, and we do have a TF2 server. So at some point we need to start announcing, Sandy, if we're going to do TF2 nights and stuff like that. I think we'll probably figure out something next week and announce it on the show. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sandalicious, what you got?
I have a picture. The fashion size Derpy.
Huh?
So this popped up on Taobao the other day, and Equestria Daily was like, "Oh no, it's a bootleg." I'm like, "No." Taobao has they're basically it fell off the back of the truck of it's like Chinese eBay. It's all very shady in its own little way, I think. But they get toys that are in production before they hit American stores. And this particular auction lot was several of the next fashion-sized ponies, including a white Celestia.
Ooh.
Looks like the auction has ended.
Yes, it is no longer on Taobao, so unfortunately.
But it was basically they had a lot of the new fashion-style ponies, which included a white version of Celestia and Derpy/Ditsy-Doo. And the speculation is, well, it's probably not fake because, well, they had multiple angle shots of the physical toy, and I don't think random bootleggers are going to make Derpy. They're going to make a knockoff of just random ponies. The speculation is this might be a Comic-Con exclusive pony, which means good luck getting your hands on one. But we shall see, because the lead time between stuff appearing on Taobao in the US is about 3 months or so. And it kind of happened that way with the Scootaloos showing up as part of the Cheerly and School Pals set. because of CMC. So I'm sure she will show up here in the U.S. at some point. And if you missed a chance to buy it off Taobao, well, it would have cost you about $42 total to acquire one. So it's coming, maybe? I hope so. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we all would love to have a derpy. If it is a Comic-Con exclusive, I'm going to have to send my contacts over there to get me one because I need a derpy. I would need that. I would hate to have to force them into the line to buy something like that, but I would need that. So that is very cool. I hope here's to hoping it's cool. It looks pretty authentic. Like if this is somebody trolling, they are master printers on plastic ponies.
Yeah, they did very well with this. I would actually buy this even if it was fake or real. It just looks very cool.
Yes, it is. It is quite good. All right, Tombstone, what do you have on your end?
On my end, I have Balloon Party. I'm pretty sure that many guys have heard about this. People have been posting teasers about this. Musicians, on their YouTube pages. It's basically a huge compilation of many original songs. Mostly instrumentals that are supposed to be hard hitting. It's supposed to be made for pumping up full volume, like in your car or your party or whatever. And it's all made by many artists from the community. So that includes, of course, me, Alex S, Circuit Fry, Omnipony, Jackalab, and many others like Mirage, Pinky Guy, Aussie, Cute Call of Euphoria, Hatesy, Derpy Goose, man, the list goes on and on and on and on, and many people are joining in. So basically, it's a free album. And it's out by the time it's going to be, by June. So it's going to be out by BronyCon, I think. And basically on that page you can check it out. We are offering people to donate actually the money. So the money will go to the people, those who cannot have the luxury and the money to attend BronyCon. So we're going to use that money to make them. To make them fly over and join us in our big balloon party at BronyCon, let's say.
All right, that sounds pretty cool. Go check that. Donate some cash. You'll get these guys to BronyCon so that they can go play some sweet music for you, or at least show up and say hello. So that sounds cool, and you get some music out of it. So, and I hope that the donations on that have been going well. It usually seems like when something pops up for ponies to start donating, they are quite generous at it. So go to it, dudes.
Oh yes, I'm pretty sure by now. Even if there isn't there aren't any full songs for the album coming out, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money that have been gained from it so far. I might ask Circuit Fry since he's the one being the leader of the project, so we need to see that out.
All right, sounds super cool. That is very awesome. There are your 3 cool things that you can enjoy this episode. To go check out some maps, some derpy, some balloons, and that's going to draw us over here to the end of the show. So it's very cool for all you guys to listen in. Love producing this show every week. First off, I want to go and thank Chef Sandy for being a always awesome co-host.
I got to keep you in line.
You sure do. The times when you are not here, I am crazy. Straight up oatmeal. Want to thank Living Tombstone. It is great to have you on, dude. Love your stuff. Keep pumping them out. We are looking forward to especially the supposed special thing that might be at the end of this episode, which you might hear. Or, it might be one of his original things. Depends on if we can get this guy back to work.
Yeah, it was fun being in the show. Despite that I wasn't really talking much, I was actually letting you guys talk and everything since you are, the main part why people listen to the show.
Nah, trust me, they love the guests, and you definitely, you rattled on too, don't worry. You weren't, we have had quieter, you did perfectly fine.
Alright, awesome.
Alright, cool. Hey, Chef, what about this web stuff? Where can people find us?
All right, so find us on the web at bronyshow.com. You can send us an email at bronyville@gmail.com. Please leave an iTunes review if you so like. We do appreciate them. Find us on Twitter at Bronyville for Apple Cider and at Chef Sandy for me. We are also leaders of 2 meetup groups, Bronies of Northern California for AC, and I am the leader of North Texas Bronies, which has many, many meets coming up. And we are currently planning on attending, for sure, Everfree Northwest. So they will be having some more. Once they have some more announcements, we'll probably have them on again. And likewise, we'll have Andrew from BronyCon on once he gets some announcements ready. So, on that note,
whoop, that's going to be the end of an episode here. Glad you all were able to join us for episode number 45. As said, great to have Tombstone with us. Great to have all you awesome listeners, awesome donators. You guys keep us going and keep us doing that. So next week we got to go talk about some Spike episode. But till now, you should sleep well, everybody.
Adios.
Adios.